Hi, thank you for your interest in joining us here in Stavanger International School, or ISS. Now, every school is unique, and I'm sure every school celebrates its sense of community. So without wanting to sound cliche, ISS really does enjoy a wonderful sense of community. And certainly that's a consistent message that we receive from parents, staff and students, and it's part of the strong reputation that ISS has built over the years. Our parents come from diverse international backgrounds, and we typically have 40 to 50 different nationalities represented in school. We usually have just over 500 children, spanning the 3 to 18 age range, which we group into early childhood and primary up to grade 5, often referred to as ECPS, middle school for our grades 6, 7 and 8, and the high school for grades 9 to 12. While the majority of our families come from NATO and oil-related industries, we do have Norwegian families here and other businesses and emerging technologies with children in our school. Our staff of 120 is equally diverse. We have around 72 teachers, with a large percentage of those coming from the UK, US, Canada and other international backgrounds, as well as our TAs and support staff and facility staff. Many of our staff have been at ISS for a long time and now consider themselves as Norwegian residents or nationals, and this seems to be a common thread. You may have seen some Norwegian promotional materials that say, "Come for the work and stay for the lifestyle." And certainly we've a lot of staff who came for an initial few years and are still happily working here 20 years later. So what is it about ISS that makes it such a special place, and what might attract you to work here? Well, for some people, the wider environment is all important. The fresh air of Norway might be very appealing, especially if you've been working in China or parts of Asia or the Middle East. Norway's renowned for its outdoor lifestyle, and to have the spectacular fjords and lakes and mountains on your doorstep is amazing. Stavanger itself is a thriving city with a wide range of shops and restaurants where you can get pretty much anything and everything that you need. Is it expensive? Well, depends what you're comparing it against. The cost of living in Norway is probably higher than average, and certainly if you've experienced some of maybe the cheaper countries around the world, such as those in Asia, then your shopping basket costs will come initially as a bit of a surprise, but you tend to adapt. The same would be said for the relatively high tax rates. But again, the overall quality of life is good. And as I said, the majority of our staff have decided to stay here long term. So there must be, on balance, the benefits that offset these higher costs. The weather here is tempered by the North Atlantic current, and so Stavanger is milder in winter than you might find inland. And it also rains quite a lot. During the summer, the daytime is almost endless, but the flip side is that during the winter months, the sun really doesn't show its face for long. So assuming that from an environmental and regional perspective Norway is a good fit, you might be wondering about what makes ISS a good school. To me, there are 3 things that stand out as essential elements that support high quality learning. The first is the ethos among the students. Students, especially internationally mobile students, have experiences and hopes just like kids all over the world. But the ethos within each school is something unique and somewhat ethereal. Children adapt to the prevailing ethos through some strange non-verbal osmosis, but the ethos is built over time and iterations through the learning process. ISS has a long history of providing high-quality learning where there's a strong focus on academic success, balanced with a realistic approach to recognizing that success means more than simply grades at the end of the year. The students respond well to the dedication and meticulous care of the teachers, and discipline issues are unusual. Well-being and community are a big focus for us, and we spend a lot of time proactively fostering positive relationships to avoid issues such as inappropriate behavior or bullying. Kids will be kids, so we can never say that bullying or issues never arise, but in the grand scheme of things, our students are wonderful. The second facet of a successful school is the staff. And at ISS we have a very experienced, highly qualified faculty. Turnover is very low, which speaks to the ways in which staff feel rewarded in their professional growth and their work-life balance. Teachers have a great deal of autonomy and are able to contribute ideas and collaborate towards the success of the school. We've been an accredited school for many years and recently took the bold move to pursue just the ACE accreditation through NEASC, which has prompted deep and powerful discussions about high-quality learning across the school. The third component would be the facilities and resources that support learning. I would say that the photos and videos don't really do the school justice. ISS sits on a really nice, spacious campus with sports fields and a running track and buildings that offer ample classroom and corridor space, multiple indoor gyms, a climbing wall, a dance studio, science labs, and a superb theatre. The IT infrastructure is strong with, I think we've got a 3 gig bandwidth coming in and a fully wireless campus that supports the one-to-one programs and network needs of the school. So when you put these 3 facets together, a motivated student body, dedicated staff and super facilities, magic happens. Children thrive and staff feel empowered. But perhaps it's not magic or by accident, but rather by design. Reflect for a moment on our vision statement. Inspire a community of responsible, globally engaged, empowered learners. We inspire, engage, and empower our learners. Our values of learning, community, and well-being are embedded in everything we do as well. So the question really is, do you think that ISS is the right school for you right now? If you have the qualifications and experience, a passion for empowering learners, a flexible and collaborative approach, and you want to be part of a stable yet highly focused staff, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.